Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. We're going to do our uranium technical analysis update today. Remember, it's just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. We're going to dive right into the chart, so let's get to it. This is Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. We've got a bearish engulfing, but the buyers did come in and lay down a pretty fat candlestick. So we'll see where this thing goes. This doesn't nullify this move here, though, today. So I'm curious to see how the week finishes out and where we go from here. Looking at URNM, we've got a nice strong move. We've broken out of this 66, 67 area, closed very strong on the day. If I were to pull up a daily candlestick here, so this is a daily look at a 1 minute chart, and it's a left to right movement. So left to right, lower left to upper right, and we finish strong at the end of the day. That's exactly what we want to see, guys. We want to see a strong closing and a nice big move higher. That's exactly what we got. So URNM's looking quite good. Bannerman Energy throwing a bullish engulfing. Where do you think that's going to go? Eventually higher, guys. I like it. Could we see a small down day tomorrow? Yes, it doesn't nullify it. But this is looking strong for a move higher. Would I be a buyer here? Oh, yes, I would be a buyer, Mr. Finding Value. So Little Banny, I would add Little Banny to the mix. Goviax, Little Govy, getting jiggy with it. 17% up today, 16.88 for those who are precise. Looking really good. Now, guys, if you look at Goviax from a longer-term perspective, this is a cup and handle mutated one, but we're breaking out of this pattern here. And what we did is we broke out, we did a retest, and we still are holding this support here. So we could see a big move when this thing gets going. So I'm a heavy holder of Goviax uranium. I also think it's cheap on a pounds, on a pound market cap per pound basis. They are a developer. Hopefully they can develop this mine, add value to its shareholders, and hopefully this thing gets some momentum behind it. It obviously had a very good day today. Global Atomic, breaking out of this, I think we're entering into a new short-term uptrend until we hit this resistance line up there. So we could see a nice good move upward, and potentially if we can break the 360 mark, we could see another leg higher if it gets there. So Global Atomic is looking quite good. It finished pretty strong. I wish it finished a little bit stronger, but overall, a nice day. May the forces be with all of us. It's right at that resistance line. I think if we close above this, we'll be entering kind of a newer uptrend. We're still kind of within this pattern. I like Forces a lot. It seems to be a very volatile stock, but it's volatile in the right direction if you can harness this energy here, guys. So hopefully we can get a big move to the upside and blow out of this area and blow through a buck or so, or 90-something cents. Here's Purepoint Uranium. Nice little hammer pattern today, 7.28%. Popping to the upside, looks quite good. Deep Yellow, going deep with Deep Yellow. You know, we got this kind of resistance area here that we popped up. So we have a nice good pop higher. If it comes back and does a retest, I mean, you know what I'd be doing? I'd be firing off some sprinkling, that's for sure. If it has a little bit of a return move and closes this gap. I'm not the type that has all gaps need to be closed. I'm not in that camp, I guess. A lot of them don't get closed. Paladin, hammer pattern to the upside, so that one's looking stronger. Sky Harbor's looking really good, guys. Sky Harbor is one that I would take a serious look at if you didn't own any. Why is that, Mr. Finding Value? We've got this nice good resistance line, and we've got this long-term. So we have a support line here. Sorry, I said that wrong. And here's the resistance line coming across. We tried breaking up, but we came back. Well, we're breaking out to the upside of this big old pattern, guys. And this is where big moves usually happen, is when you break all of this. It's like shedding this gigantic resistance. You're just shedding all this weight off, and then you can run into the free where the cheetah can run and move at full speed here. So I like these breakouts. I would have been a buyer in here if it was me. I already did buy. I bought I bought a while back, guys. And this looks good to potentially run higher. We might get a little bit sticky in the 65-cent area up here. We had a lot of resistance before, so. Next Gen Energy is moving on up. That one looks really good. We're back within the pattern. We just had this false little breakdown where a whole bunch of people got scared and sold me their shares. So this is one that looks good to get back in the pattern and start moving higher. Alaska, a little bit of a wick at the top. This thing's still undecided on which way it wants to go. Yeah, it was higher today, but I don't like seeing wicks at the top. Sometimes they like to pull back a little bit. Base load, hopefully it finds the mother load and this thing can blow through everything. But it's looking good, up a good amount today. We've got Fission 3.0, FISOF, right at support. You know, I don't think it's too bad down here. If you guys want an Explorer, I'd be buying it right here, right now. Fission itself is a company that I think is good. I would be a buyer here. Well, I was a buyer yesterday, but today it's looking strong, finished strong. If we do a one-day candlestick and the way it closes, it's a left to right. I call it a left to right. That's just something I made up. It starts in the lower left and ends in the upper right. That is what we want to see for a good, strong day. Cameco, I believe, is the beginning of this news. What we saw here, obviously they had a quarter report. They beat earnings and all this other good stuff. It came on down. We should have been a buyer on this bullish engulfing. What this means is that people knew what was going to happen before the news was released. We knew that it was a bullish engulfing, that it was going to head higher. That's what I just deleted, was that arrow going up, and we went higher. So this is the catalyst that hopefully starts the move in uranium to the upside. Kazatomprom moving on higher, looking good. Looking at Penn MF, another strong move today. This just opened higher, closed a little bit lower, but it was still a very large up day of 11.7%. Boss Energy up a little bit. That's what I'll say there. Lotus Resources, nice, good, strong move today in Lotus Resources. Looks good. Looks good to move higher. Roy. I love Roy. We all love to be Roy. Nice, good move higher, guys. Nice, strong finish. I bought Roy at $3. Yes, I'm that cool. I bought it here recently, some days ago. I was cost averaging in. Remember, I bought on this day too, URNM. I'm looking for those reversal candlesticks, especially the ones that have a large wick at the bottom and a big hammer pattern like this. Sometimes we go sideways like this and then we break. This looks strong to move higher, guys. I like Roy here. If you haven't bought in yet, you better get in before this takes off. It's a very strong closing. We're out of this little channel pattern. It looks good. Encore Energy, not as bullish as some of the other ones. I still like it. I'm still holding on to my shares. I own a bunch of it, but it's not looking as strong as some of the other companies. I don't know the reason why, guys. I know you want to know why, but I still think Encore is a great bet. Me. It's looking good. Nice, good, strong closing. Broken down trend line, a little bit of a return move, and then we're moving higher. Cameco's news definitely is helping this. So that one looks really good. If you bought down here by support, you would have been a huge winner, guys. You would have already been up 550 to 723. Buying off support is always a good idea. Scary when you're doing it. Great when looking back if it works. If it works good for you. Energy was getting this little consolidation kind of. It was coiling up a little bit, and we got a little pop higher here, so that one's looking good. I think it will continue probably higher. UEC looking very strong. I like how we broke out of this resistance line, so downward move, sideways move, and then a break higher. Finish strong today, good buying pressure. Check to continue higher. Centrus breaking out of this area. Nice, strong move. I like how we broke out with authority, with nice, good buying pressure, finishing strong. Looks good. Light Bridge. May the Light Bridge be with us. I was a buyer down here, guys. I got to admit it. And we are moving higher. Why am I a buyer of this thing? Because the chart looks absolutely ridiculously awesome. That's why. We broke to the upside. We did a return move. What do I do on the return moves? we buy the breakout and return move, the retest. We buy it, or at least I do. Remember, this isn't advice. This is just me. Here's our big long-term trend line. We're sitting on top of the trend line. We're sitting at a resistance line. We've got a trend line and a resistance line underneath this. Low risk buying opportunity. Mr. Finding Values, it's still a good time to buy. Yes, it's still okay to buy it. But we came on down. I bought some in here. I even bought some in here, I think. I was hoping that we could break to the upside. Or I bought here. It was $6 and something cents, and then I bought again down here. And here we go, moving higher. So that's good. ISSO Energy, nice strong move to the upside. Finishing strong. I like the way this looks. ISO's looking good. Appia Energy getting a little bit of an update today. I don't know where the love is here, guys, but you know what? I'd buy some down here. I'm not afraid. I am such a bull. I'd buy it here. I'd buy it here. I just cost average in. And I do think Appia will do well over this bull market. Now, Denison Mines, looking fantastic. We got the news. We had good buying support down here. And we got the pop higher and the close strong. I want to look at this thing on a daily candlestick, guys. We're going to see a nice, good left to right and a strong closing. I call that. Can't get any better than that, guys. It looks really good for a continued move higher. And don't be afraid. If we get a little bloody nose next to a small down day, it's still good to go. Blue Sky Uranium moving on higher today. Nice little cross pattern there. Forum Energy Metals looking like it wants to move higher. I've already got that in there to move higher. AEC killing it. Moving on higher today. Laramide, go buddy. Heck yes. Laramide, I bought Laramide too, guys. On this day though. I bought on the candlestick day when it came down and started coming back up. I bought it probably like at 42 cents or so. And it's moving on higher. This guy, for some reason, I just think Laramide's going to do well. It's like it's getting into its stride, and that it has a lot of pop, and hopefully that can continue. Western Uranium getting a little bit of a move higher. Hopefully that can continue. UEXCF getting a nice move higher, coming back to the resistance line, and then Mega Uranium. Mega Uranium might be a good bet, guys. This is one that I would be looking at right now. This is just like Sky Harbor. We have nice, good resistance coming, or support coming underneath it. We had resistance coming here, and we all came to a point. We got selling pressure with these wicks at the top, and if we break through this area, we could see an explosive move to the upside. So of all of these companies, and I know you guys want my opinion, again, this is just my opinion. Please don't use this as advice. Mega Uranium looks really good. Sky Harbor looks really good. If it can break through this resistance area, we could see a big move to the upside. Lightbridge looks good. Lightbridge probably has a bunch of short sellers, has a bunch of garbage in there. If we broken the big downtrend line, if we punch it on the buyers, we could see a whole bunch of buying pressure if those short sellers start to close. I'm just guessing they have a bunch of short sellers. I actually haven't looked at the what's being short there, but I think that's got a big move ahead of it, and it's a low risk entry point. A lot of the other companies, they also look very good. URNM, if you guys want ETF exposure, I've already purchased in. I told you guys when I was buying, and the buyer stepped in here. We've got good news from Cameco with the earnings release and whatnot. So I think it looks good, and hopefully it can continue. Again, I'm a long-term buyer here. The market conditions are good. The valuations are good. We're going into an energy crisis. Oil's looking quite messed up to move higher. I'm going to go over an entire clip on that. I'll probably release it tomorrow, give you guys some more information. Yeah, everything looks good, guys. Thumb up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.